So we've been following one of the developers over at CI Games for a little while now because he's been doing these polls on Twitter that are getting people to really start engaging in the conversation surrounding video games and what gamers actually want. It's something that get asked all the time on X, and then when you look on X, it's usually resulting in a massive shitstorm and a crazy debate that ends up happening. Well, apparently there's another one. And this particular poll I wanted to talk about because, again, it goes back to the whole DEI stuff and how people think women are being uglified in video games and all this. And it's very clear that even somebody like this particular developer that we're going to go into, who has a vast different audience, right? I mean, he probably has leftist people, right-wing people, all kinds of people following him. Even though he has all those people following him, still, for the most part, people majority said that they prefer attractive characters in video games. So we have an article here from That Part Place with a headline that reads, Gamers overwhelmingly vote for attractive lead characters in new CI Games poll, but is the AAA gaming industry actually listening? Now, of course, people always like to use the picture of Kay Vess because that is one of the biggest atrocities that has happened in the gaming industry when it comes to an actress being translated into a video game. It's very clear that the Western industry is either purposely making the women ugly or they have the incapability to design female characters properly. It's one of the two. There's no doubt about it, but I don't think it's an incompetence thing. I think it's a purposeful thing, but that's besides the point. Merrick, who is one of the developers over at CI Games, is getting this conversation started, and I wanted to get into it. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So Merrick of CI Games has sparked yet another debate in the gaming world, this time taking aim at what many are calling the supposed uglification of gaming characters in AAA titles with a new poll. Tominski issued the question on X asking gamers the following: should lead video game characters be widely considered to be attractive and aspirational by the vast majority of players? Now, I didn't even get to vote in this one. I honestly totally forgot. But you know what I would have voted for? I would have voted for yes, obviously. But we have this poll, and look at this number. Look at this number. 84.4% of people said that they absolutely want attractive characters or what would be considered aspirational characters in their video games. Or honestly, you could take this across the board, right? Not just video games, but in their entertainment as a whole. People are clearly looking for aspirational and attractive characters in their entertainment. 84.4% out of 11,134 votes. Now, 2.5% said flat out no. Right? 2.5% said flat out no. 13.1% said I don't care. Okay? Not a bad number. I'm actually shocked that there's more people that said I don't care versus flat out no. Right? I'm actually a little bit shocked at that, considering the different kinds of people that follow this guy. Now, 84.4% is absolutely insane when you're looking at the amount of votes that came in. And I'm sure if the poll was able to stay up longer, he would get even more votes to come in. It is very clear that gamers do not want this crap, right? Gamers have been fighting against this for a while now, and it's been happening for a long time, well before Gamergate 2.0 or anything like that. It's been happening for a long time now. Gamers have been fighting against the uglification of females for a long time, and honestly, it's one of those things where now it's come to an apex, where you have people who clearly know that this is happening, and then you have the journalists, the developers, and everybody trying to gaslight you and tell you, no, it's not happening. No, it's very obvious that it's happening now. And this is why people now armed with more information and more transparency are making decisions that the gaming industry doesn't like, or making decisions that they weren't making before. So now it says the poll drew significant attention, garnering 11,134 votes. The results of the CI Games poll were overwhelmingly in favor of bringing attractive characters back to the forefront of gaming. The response from players reinforces the sentiment that gaming should offer escapism and aspiration. Whether it's stepping into the shoes of a heroic adventurer or navigating the galaxy as a daring space captain, players want their avatars to be aspirational and engaging, qualities often associated with attractive and well-designed characters. And you know what's crazy too? A lot of women are probably in that vote saying yes, they want that. That's the hilarious thing. They'll try to gaslight you and tell you, oh, you're all sexist, you're all misogynist, you're this, you're that. But the funny thing is, women are in there voting yes. I guarantee you, they're in there voting yes. It's not just men. They'll try to lie to you and tell you it is just men, but it's not. There's a lot of women out there, people who watch my channel as well, that would advocate for this stuff 100%. And the fact that you try to ignore them or try to downplay their voice because it doesn't fit your narrative, that's a little bit ridiculous. So anyway, then the poll addresses a growing frustration among gamers about the apparent trend in AAA gaming to make characters, particularly female ones, less conventionally attractive. Critiques argue that many studios are deliberately downplaying traditionally feminine features or giving characters overtly masculine traits, such as a pronounced jawline and angular features. If you look here, look at this picture. This guy, Bad Mojo, over on X, says, once I would have said it does not matter. Hold on, it's pulling up this really quick. So once I would have said it does not matter, but then DEI turned female characters into masculine nightmare fuel. So yeah, have attractive characters and especially make female characters feminine and attractive that fits the setting. Examples of Western uglification below. Now, of course, you got Humberly Gonzalez. They got absolutely crucified. Oh my God. This is a huge atrocity. I would say this is probably the worst one out of everyone in this list. Although I know a lot of people are angry about Mary Jane, I don't feel like it's anywhere close to what they did to Kimberly. I mean, Humberly. I'm sorry, not Kimberly. Holy crap! Look at the difference. Then you got Stephanie Taylor Jones, who is the Mary Jane of Marvel Spider-Man 2, obviously. And then you got Hannah Hoskra, who is the person who did Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. And then you got Alex Zedra, who did Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Mara back in 2019, where they definitely made her a little bit more, aggressively masculine, but nothing too, I don't think this one's as extreme, the bottom one, to be honest with you. Aloy, they basically just made fat. That's it. They made her unbelievably fat. Mary Jane, they gave her the modernity jaw, but Humberly Gonzalez got nuked off the face of the earth. It is not even the same character, which is unfortunate. So then, anyway, they cite the notable examples, which we already went over below. And then gaming at its core is a hobby rooted in escapism, which I agree. People are not looking to go into their video games and see reality unless it's a video game that's supposed to be based in that kind of reality, right? Like the story is based in real life politics or whatever. We see that few and far between, but for the most part, that's when people will be okay with it. But otherwise, we're just looking for an escapism. We're looking for something to actually play in our downtime for the 1 or 2 hours that we have to play, if we're even lucky to have that much time. Some of us don't, right? Like, it's just quite simply, we're looking for an escapism, and you are not providing that when you used to, right? It's not even like something where you just never used to before, and we're just looking for something that you never gave us. Like, no, you guys used to give us escapism, used to give us great stories, used to give us great worlds to explore, and people were excited to pick up a game and play it. Now we are picking up games and playing them and realizing that a lot of the time we're getting preached to, right? There's a big difference between games that have political or progressive themes that are welded into the story very well and properly, and then there's Dragon Age of Veilguard, right? Where you run around the freaking world and you're literally getting told about non-binary this, trans this. It's like, what are we doing? Are we seriously in a Dragon Age game right now? I can't even tell half of the time. So again, guys, not shocked by this poll. I'm actually glad that this guy is doing these polls because, again, it's getting the conversation going. It's sparking debate. It's sparking thought. And it's showing that people, for the most part, are all in agreement. It's just, how do we go about showcasing that is the question. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.